Hello and welcome to Catholic Social Media News. I'm your host Renée here at New Catholic Generation on YouTube. If you haven't read Pope Francis's tweet already about Nice, France, here's what it is. I pray for the victims of the attack in Nice and their families. I ask God to convert the hearts of the violent, blinded by hate. Following up this tweet, National Catholic Register posted an article called What Gives Us Hope? Included in the article are quotes from Obama and former President Bush, which are really good quotes actually. These quotes were pulled from after the Dallas police shooting. Here's what Obama said. I'm here to say we must reject such despair. I'm here to insist that we are not as divided as we seem. And former President Bush, after this same tragic event in Dallas, said, the shock of this evil still has not faded. At our best, we honor the image of God we see in one another. At our best, we know we have one country, one future, one destiny. We do not want the unity of grief, nor do we want the unity of fear. We want the unity of hope. Now this hit me particularly hard because I just finished a book the other day. Crossing the Threshold of Hope by St. John Paul II. And I wanted to read a passage straight out of it for you, because sometimes we get these great books that get put back on the shelf because, I don't know, a lot of other books keep coming out, and we overlook the fact that we have been given great works within the Catholic Church that we just need to dust off and pick up again when the time arises. And the time has arisen for us to pick back up Crossing the Threshold of Hope. Here's what I'm going to read from it right here. After all I have said, I could summarize my response in the following paradox. In order to set contemporary man free from himself, of the world, of others, of earthly powers, of oppressive systems, in order to set him free from every manifestation of servile fear before that prevailing force, which believers call God, it is necessary to pray fervently that he will bear and cultivate in his heart that true fear of God, which is the beginning of wisdom. This fear of God is the saving power of the gospel. It is a constructive, never destructive fear. It creates people who allow themselves to be led by responsibility, by responsible love. It creates holy men and women, true Christians to whom the future of the world ultimately belongs. So, you can imagine, I just finished that book yesterday, and then this happened in Nice, France. On the same subject of Pope John Paul II, a very interesting thing has happened and has been circulating the internet today, and that is that John Paul II's assassin said he would become a priest under one condition, of course. I got this article from churchpop.com. We're a big fan of them here at New Catholic Generation. In the article is the quote from the assassin himself, who says, "Here in Turkey I live as a pensioner, wasting my time. That's why I want to make an appeal to Pope Francis. Welcome me into the Vatican and I will become a priest." After John Paul II visited me in prison, I thought about it and I studied the gospel at length. I know the sacred books better than many others. If the Pope welcomes me, I'll be a priest, and I will celebrate Mass, if he wants me. Under the same article, there's a video about the release of the assassin from prison, and some cool footage of him and John Paul II talking. And it also touches on the mental state of the assassin himself, and how there's a debate about it. Usually at the end of these videos, I like to give a little shout out to Catholic social media accounts that are smaller in size and worthy of attention. But today I have a different thing to share with you, and that is my friend's cousin Duncan is in a coma right now. He has been a wonderful example of the faith to his family and to his friends. You know, he is recently engaged, and his family is very worried but hopeful and praying fervently for him to wake up from this coma. And if you could join all of us in prayer for Duncan, that God's will can be done, we will be able to show the world more that the Church and the purpose of the Church is to help each other. Let us flood the gates of heaven for Duncan, that he may wake up and walk amongst us and be an example of faith for all that he encountered. Thank you for watching Catholic Social Media News.